Hey guys, so I know you're down in Florida and I'm in Jersey, and I'm
What?
assuming I know the answer to this, but like, is it so incredibly hot down there?
Yes.
Brutally hot. Brutally hot.
Yes.
Can you go outside? I can't go outside. It's so
It's really bad.
disgustingly hot right now.
No. And it's just, you walk outside and you're immediately just drenched in sweat. I don't know about the humidity up there, but the humidity down here, it feels like it must be 3,000%.
That's what's so deceiving about it. Like today, I went outside today and I looked at the temperature, and it was like, it was in the 80s. It was like 81, something like that. But I didn't look at the feels like or the humidity. The feels like was like 96 because it was 90% humidity. I need to get back into my Floridian shape of like looking at it that way.
We have a thermometer out of our kitchen window, and it's like right in the sunlight, so it's not always the most accurate, but like, say I looked at it and the needle was like over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Like just bad.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
It did get me thinking,
Yes.
though. On these hot days,
Mhm.
what wine
Mm.
would you drink?
Oh.
If that's your beverage
Ooh.
on these toasty days, what's your go-to wine?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know if I have a go-to wine, but I'd want to drink something in the porch pounder category. Something that you can that's going to be cold, it's going to be white or rosé maybe. If you can find a refreshing rosé, something you can just sit on the porch, not think too much about, and just cool off a bit.
Yeah, my head, I mean, obviously, yeah, anything that we put in the porch pounder category for sure. My head first went to Sauv Blanc, a nice, refreshing, on the crisper side, Sauv Blanc. Yeah.
Yeah, some New Zealand Sauv Blanc, maybe?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to our Vino Verde. Like we got that Vino
Yeah,
Verde with
definitely.
Casa Garcia that we all said was a good porch
Good
pounder,
call.
those $6 bottles. Because the other thing about that too is like it's very low alcohol. Like those, I think that was like 9% alcohol, and so it's like you can sit there and you can sip it, and it's nice and chilled. And it's very light and it's very crisp, and you're not gonna like accidentally, get drunk.
Well, you'd have to work at it. Yeah.
You gotta be dedicated to the process.
Those bottles are only $6 a pop, so I mean, maybe put down like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we review
a red wine from Argentina.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome in. If you're one of our amazing return listeners, welcome back. My name is Colin, and I am joined by 2 guys who are as enchanting as a glass of rosé on a hot day. Joel and Aaron, how you guys doing tonight?
Really nice.
So good. That was good. You teed us up. You let us know that you had a really nice intro, and that was really, really nice. So thank you, buddy. I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be here with you guys today.
That's awesome. And I meant every word of it. I mean, it's really a delightful experience talking with you guys. I feel this is better than going to Disney every week.
Whoa.
That's how enchanting you guys are. It's as good, if not better, than any princess.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
wow! Just laying it on today, man.
Did you do something, and you have really bad news to share with us soon? You're just trying to.
Yeah. So after that, yeah, I accidentally deleted all the episodes, and we don't have a podcast.
Okay. Fresh start.
But you guys are enchanting.
I mean, I don't know what my equivalent would be like of going to Disney every week up here in Jersey. It's like, it's nicer than going to the shore every weekend.
Yeah, you get to go to Secaucus and walk around beautiful Secaucus.
I have a Secaucus every day. Secaucus Junction, baby. It's a very small bar in there that keeps me sane, not sober. Keeps me sane.
The exact opposite.
We are not coming to you from Secaucus. We are in our separate locations, but we are drinking some wine tonight. Joel, would you tell the folks at home what we're drinking this evening?
Yes, absolutely. So tonight we will be drinking the Marraso Gran Blend from Argentina. And this is the 2021. This is a blend of 70% Malbec, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, 5% Cab Franc, and 5% Petit Verdot. It's from the Mendoza region. It's 15% ABV, and we picked this up for just under $20, $19.99.
Ooh, mine was on sale for $16.99.
You got yours for $16.99?
Yeah, finally, I get the cheaper
This is the
one.
first time in this show's history that you have spent less money on a wine than us Floridians.
Yeah, usually I'm like, I got this for $25, and you guys are like, this cost me $8.
Yeah, they hated this
That was
to us
weird.
at our 7-Eleven. I got a Slurpee, and this came with it.
Yeah, well, I am honored today to be the more affordable one.
Two things about this wine. One that scares me, which is the ABV at 15%.
Yeah.
That is absolutely terrifying.
It's not nothing.
That is, I think, the highest we've ever done. But one thing I'm excited about is the blend. I mean, we're pretty much looking at kind of a Bordeaux blend, but in reverse. You usually see Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot as the dominant grape. It has a lot of the same grapes with the Malbec and the Cab Franc and the Petit Verdot, all Bordeaux varietals, but with the star being the Malbec. So I'm really excited to try this one because that's a really cool, unique blend.
I'm excited to try this one sitting in my air conditioning. This is not per our pre-show banter, a front porch sitting in the 95-degree humidity, sipping on this bad boy.
No, that'd be.
I would agree.
Dead within minutes.
So this is my choice, and I will tell you that was not in my mind on this one. Okay, I was not going for anything refreshing here. The reason that I wanted to try this one is because a couple weeks ago we had the amazing Amanda Bandini on our show where we tried her rosé, obviously from Argentina. We loved it. And we talked so much about Malbecs though too, and I think we might have done one Malbec a long time ago on this show, so kind of wanted to go back into that grape, and then also came across this really interesting, strange blend, and thought like I've never seen a Malbec with any semblance of Cab Franc in there. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing that happens, but that was new to me. So. And it kind of reminded me too of the conversation that we were having with Amanda, where she was talking about the interesting blends that they were thinking about trying, and they were really kind of like playing with different grapes and different combinations. So it seemed to really fit into that sort of a thing. And she kind of got me thinking about that. This seemed to be like a cool example of something interesting, but from Argentina and Malbec focus. So that's kind of why I landed on this one.
And the rosé was it was a Malbec rosé. So that we had with her. So this is a cool shift, right, from like having something that was kind of unique and different into maybe like a more traditional Malbec. So very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And this blend does happen. Like I mentioned, these are all, your standard Bordeaux grapes, but in this percentage, I've never tried anything where Malbec is the dominant grape.
Yes.
Good job, Joel.
Thank you. Hey, I hope it's good. I hope you enjoy it. I've had one or two misses, but we'll see.
We all have. It happens. I actually don't know if I have. Anyway,
we'll go back. We'll go back to it.
We'll check the tapes. But we have an absolute treat tonight, or not a treat if you're Joel and I, but we get to play another round of everybody's favorite Spellmolier.
Spellmolier. S-P-E-L-J.
No, that's incorrect.
So, Aaron, I know we haven't played in a while. If you could explain a little bit about the game and get us going.
I do like this one. I like this game.
Absolutely. So one of my favorite games that we play on this show, Spellmolier, which is a game where I say a word and Joel and Colin have to spell the word. Now, the double trouble of this game is if you are a longtime listener of the show, you know that I am terrible at pronouncing words. So there is no guarantee that I'm going to pronounce the word correctly. They have to figure out what the heck I'm trying to say, and then they have to spell it back. We do have just a few words today. I tried to scale it back a little bit after last time. I feel like I bludgeoned them pretty hard. But I'll give a word to one of them. If they spell it wrong, the other one will have a chance to steal. And if we have a tie, we have a tiebreaker phrase at the end, which will be close to the pin, meaning the person that gets the most letters right will win that.
Wow. Okay.
We might do that one regardless, just for fun. But are you chapped
You
ready?
know, I always like when we go to the tiebreaker round because they're so creative. So either way, I really want to take a crack at that. So yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm just happy to be competing. I usually do the games, so it's nice to be on the other side. Unfortunately, I have to spell, which is one of the weakest abilities. But we'll see how this goes. It's not gonna spoiler, not gonna go well.
Last week you made us play a true or false game with us knowing nothing about any of the topics. So this only seems fair if you're bad at this, okay? All right, so I'm not going to use ChatGPT to determine who's going to go first because I'm not Colin. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 3. Joel, what number am I thinking of? No, Colin?
1.
Holy crap. Joel,
2, baby.
All right, Joel, you get to go first.
All right.
Holy
Thanks for not making that between 1 and 100 or something.
I tried to
Regardless, we still
wild. Okay, Joel.
Yes.
Your first word to spell is chaptalization.
Whoa. Can you say that one more time, please?
Chaptalization.
Chaptalization. Can you use that word? Or what's the definition? Can I get that?
Absolutely. Chaptalization is the process of adding sugar to fermenting grapes in order to increase alcohol.
Chaptalization. All right. Well, let's give this one the old college try. Chaptalization. C H A P T I L L IZATION.
That's incorrect.
Okay. Never heard this
Start
word.
strong, end strong. Car crash.
Really? That's where I figured I felt bad about.
Would you like this? Yeah. You ended really strong. Okay. You ended with a little speed. Colin, go for it. Chaptalization.
All right. I have heard this word. I knew the definition. Here we go. CHAPTILIZATION. Chaptalization.
Ooh, no. You were closer. I'm gonna award 1 point to Colin for being closer on that one.
What? We're just making up the rules as we go here? What is this? My God.
I mean,
Colin's hair is longer, so he gets a point today.
Jeez.
I like that. It's a good rule. It's a good rule.
CHAPTALIZATION.
Okay.
Okay. No.
So I didn't. It wasn't a train wreck in the middle. I said I instead of A.
And you added like 16 L's.
Oh, I did do 2 L's.
I just extra L. Yeah, you did 2 L's.
You did lots of L's. Okay, no points. No points awarded. Next word starts to Colin. The word is negociant.
Oh, okay. Negociant.
Negociant.
You want to define for the folks at home what a negociant is?
Yes. Please define that for the folks at home.
Yes, absolutely. For the folks at home,
Joel is at home.
A French term for a person or company that buys wines from others and then labels it under his or her own name, and that stems from the French word shipper.
Negociant. NEGNEG.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
GOCIANT. Negociant.
Was that 2 G's you put in there, or did you stutter?
No, 1 G, not 2 G's. Sorry.
This game is correct. Off the rails. You said 2 G's. This is
no.
He
sorry.
hiccups.
No, so
no. Colin, you don't have to explain yourself. I knew exactly what you were doing. You were mid-thought. You broke it down. Negociant.
Yes. That's what I was doing.
Putting 2 G's in the middle of a French word. Joel.
I might have, but no, that I was doing exactly what Aaron said. I was just breaking it down in my head. I did not mean to spell that with 2 G's.
1 point for Colin.
This is
Joel.
Thank you, Aaron.
I am an unbiased, I am a mediator of this game. Joel, hey, you know what? But just by luck of the draw, the next word is a little bit, I think, more accessible. Okay. The next word is Piedmont. Piedmont is an area in northwest Italy known for Barolo, Barbaresco, Barbara, Dolcetto, and Moscato.
Yes. Okay. And just to confirm, we're talking Piedmont, not Piemonte. Piedmont.
Piedmont.
Okay. I'm gonna go by the Colin rules. P. P. P.
That's fine as long as it's not part of your final
Repeat as I
spelling.
want,
You
right?
can say P as much as you want. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. You do you, Joel.
What I'm fighting with in my head is if it's IE or EI right
That's a good thing to fight over. Because one of those is right and one of those is
now.
wrong.
All right, I'm just gonna have to go with one. I don't know. I honestly I feel like I should, or I might be over. I think I'm overthinking this. So here we go. Piedmont. P-E-I-D-M-O-N-T. Piedmont.
Incorrect.
Okay, this one should be pretty easy. Piedmont. P-I-E-D-M-O-N-T. Piedmont.
I overthought it.
That's correct. That's correct. I thought you were gonna have that, Joel. Like I was really. That wasn't like a snarky. I really thought you were.
Do you know what's funny? I knew that that's what it was, and then I overthought it.
You can see it in your head now, right? You can see the word.
I knew it. I just thought,
Okay,
God.
Colin's up 2-0.
How many of these do we have?
Okie dokie.
Do I need to like steal? Do I have a chance yet?
You're gonna need. Yeah, it's a chance. There were 6 words, so
Oh, okay,
there
great.
wasn't a ton. But
Got timed out.
you have time. Not if we wax poetic between every word. So let's keep it rolling. Colin, your next word is Labrusca. Those are grape types native to North America, such as Concord and Catawba. Labrusca.
Okay, Labrusca. And that would be Labrusca. Labrusca.
That's correct.
That was an easy
Colin is
one.
up.
Although I got
3.
Piedmont.
Oh, it was.
pretty easy.
Yeah, it's as
luck of the
easy as
draw, man.
Piedmont. It's as easy as Piedmont. I
Yeah.
blew that one.
But here you go, Joe.
Mhm.
Here's one. If we've been paying attention, if you've been reading the bottles,
boy.
if you've been looking at the words that we have said,
Yes.
Joel, your next word is Sangiovese, which, as we've talked about, is a red grape native to Tuscany. The base grape for Chianti, Brunello di Montalcino, Marolino di Scansano, and others.
And others.
I said the word right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you're
Sangiovese.
trying to say, so I'm not sure.
You said it.
Neither do I.
Mr. Colelli. All right. Oh.
Low dig.
Just wait till we try a Polish or Hungarian wine, and then you'll really see how things are pronounced.
I'll be waiting in the wings.
Let's actually
Sangiovese.
never do that. Sangiovese. S-A-N-G-I-O-V-E-S-E. Sangiovese.
Nice one.
Correct.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Joel is on the board. No naked laps for him today.
Also, no way I
All right.
could win, but I like this game, so let's keep going.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? We'll do something funny at the end. Colin, your word is Viognier, a fragrant, powerful white grape grown in the Rhone Valley of France and elsewhere.
Pronounced Viognier.
Well, as I point out at the beginning of this, I don't know how to pronounce anything. So glad you figured it out. Viognier. Viognier.
Viognier, I believe it is Vigonier. Viognier.
That is incorrect.
Oh no.
That's incorrect.
Okay, I got this. Say it again. Say it again.
Viognier. I'm going to pronounce it the way that I'm seeing it, and that should have helped your spelling.
Okay, I got this. Viognier. I'm gonna say Vijonniere. 1 R.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Viognier.
Well, I was way off.
Oh, did I put an extra I in there?
You flipped your G and your O. You said Vigo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Hate to see it.
Shucks.
Okay.
But you know what? Okay, so for funsies,
So I
we're gonna
win,
make this next one.
Yes,
We're
you
yeah,
win.
Colin won.
Here's
You win.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you.
3-1, which is brutal.
thank
It's a
you.
brutal beatdown.
Takes.
You guys want to know what the tie-breaking phrase was?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go for it.
And this is hard on me because I have to say it. Let's just say the person that spells this right just happens to get 3 points.
Ooh. Oh, I'm back in it, baby.
Totally random number picked out of my brain for no reason. All right, close to the pin. Denominación de origen controlata.
Oh, I got this one.
Oh, you want to go first?
No, either way.
Or-
It's we can let the champion go first.
That's Italian for controlled wine region, similar to the French AOC or Spanish DO.
Denominación de origen controlata.
Yes.
DOMINACION DIORIGINCONTROLATA.
No.
How are you going to score this, Aaron?
I wasn't expecting that many wrong letters at the beginning. There were so many wrong letters at the beginning.
I don't
call it.
Or phrase.
Yeah, but the opening
No,
sound was
Colin just
wrong.
missed a part of it. You skipped over the...
Did I miss
Yeah.
the syllable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you spelled Doominacion.
Which is a terrifying wine region. Okay, so
That's
yeah,
so funny.
okay, so Colin missed 5 letters.
Okay.
All right, so
Got it.
Joel, you got to get closer than 5 letters.
Okay. This is for all the marbles. There's a lot riding on this. Can you say it one more time?
Denominación de origen controlata.
Denominación de origen controlata. DENOMINACIONE DEORIGINNECONTROLLATA.
Joel got it.
This game sucks.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Colin,
Where the rules are made up, the points don't
Colin won
matter.
the game. I won the tiebreaker.
That's right. And Joel, you're coming off a win from last week, so
True.
you know. All right, folks, that's been another exciting episode of Spellmolier, the game that simultaneously makes you smarter and dumber at the same time.
Well, when you listen to us play it does.
Yeah,
There
no,
was some
that's
fun facts in
that's-
there, though.
Yeah, no, I learned a lot.
no great information.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate the definitions, but listening to a spell is just brutal.
The one that I got stuck on is the Labrusca and North American grapes such as Concord. All I'm thinking about is jelly. Like, do you make wine with Concord grapes?
No, I mean you can try, but it's usually not very good, which is why they don't do it.
So we're learning about grape jelly. Got it.
Yep.
Could you please pass
That's
the
right.
jelly?
Well, that was exhausting, and I don't know about you guys, but I need a drink,
wine
so
now, yeah.
let's go ahead and get into this wine.
Let's do it.
No, that was fun.
Tastes like wine.
All right, Joel, you want to start us off with some of the smells that you are getting out of this?
Okay, so right off the bat, definitely smells like 15% ABV.
Yes, indeed.
But, I mean, still, even with that, getting some berries in there. I'm not quite sure which ones. I mean, honestly, that's kind of like the biggest thing. The what's funny is there is a little burn at the end of this sniff here.
100%. Aaron?
I'm just getting a lot of those secondary smells, licorice, vanilla.
Licorice is a really good call.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, I don't think I can name any of the specific fruit involved in this. I think I can smell a hangover just like wafting from my future. But
no, that's fair.
but vanilla, licorice.
Definitely seen some oak. I would agree with that. A lot of dark fruit. I'm getting blackberry, some plum for sure. Maybe a little blueberry even on the lighter side. There's kind of a mix of fruit in
See,
there.
I was gonna say that, but then I felt so silly because I feel I had never really picked up any kind of blueberryness in any of the wines that we tried. But it's funny because that kind of triggered in my head, and I was like, no, it has to be something else. And that's I searched a little bit more and went to the blackberry. So I'm glad you said that. I'm not that crazy.
No, not crazy at all. And then I get a meaty quality out of this, kind of like a smoked meat,
Hmm.
which I'm actually enjoying that quite a bit. It kind of plays nicely with the other flavors. But the one thing you do notice most of all is the alcohol. It's definitely very stingy right off the nose.
Yeah, we haven't had too much of this, but when you take a really deep inhale, I actually catch it in the back of my throat.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if you really bring it in, like it just is a full sinus clear happening with this guy. And not in an absolutely terrible way, but
Yes.
very noticeable.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I don't want to make it sound like this is just a super unappealingly alcoholic smelling aroma here. Because
That's true.
while it is like there's obviously some alcohol here, there's enough of everything else going on to where I'm very intrigued by this. Like, I don't think that this is going to be a bad experience. It's just going to be a lot.
No, that's super fair. I think it is very alcoholic in comparison to some of the wines we've drank recently. But to your point, and I agree with you, it is not offensive smelling in any way. There's some really good aromas in there. Like we're picking out very specific scents as opposed to some other high alcohol wines that we've had in the past that have just been like punch in the face or clearly artificial.
And I would just add, kind of the more I smell it and the more my nose kind of acclimates to the alcohol, so I'm able to kind of cut through that. I'm also getting a little bit of like sweet tobacco or maybe some, cigar box type aroma, which is really nice. I think it plays well with the vanilla and some of the oak aroma. So really nice. Super excited to try it. So anything else?
No, let's do it.
No, let's drink this stuff.
All right, let's give it a shot.
I do want to say off the bat that this is one that we opened up before we started recording.
Yeah.
We smelled it and sipped it a little bit. And I would say that from 40 minutes ago to now, there is a really significant difference in the experience. So just to start there and name that this is a wine that needs to be aired out, aerated, decanted, like whatever your preferred method is, this is that.
Deserves some time.
100% agree with that. Joel, I'll go ahead and start with you again. What are you picking up on the palate?
Well, validation of everything that we said. A surprising, I mean, we kind of alluded to it, but a surprising balance in there as well. I mean, it's big. There's a lot going on, but to me, what's showing more on the sip is the oak influence, and then also like a leatheriness in there that I didn't really pick up when we were smelling it. But to me, on the taste, that aspect really shines through quite a bit more. But still, with that blackberry fruitiness still shining through to I think ease it through everything. What's funny is I drank this when it was a little too cold, and it was like a karate kick to the face because it was like a quick like boom, so much happening, and now great temperature right now, and I think this is one of the wines that's got the most, like a lot going on with it that we've had in a long time. So that's what I'm getting so far.
Yeah, Aaron?
I don't have much to add on the flavor side, and I think the leathery is a really good call. From a structure side, one thing that's surprising me is kind of, it's not, I don't say docile because that sounds negative, but like the tannins are not as aggressive as I was actually expecting with like this big flavors and big smell. Like it's very much on my tongue, but like not on my gums as much as some other big reds. Like I sip, swish, they're there, and then they kind of go away. But it's like a very full-bodied wine. Like the alcohol is there, but I also don't know if I'd say that being 15% that it's that much more present than some of the 14% wines that we've had. Like that wasn't a huge leap that we're like, oh God, this is burning. I'm drinking whiskey. Like it's not that. So yeah, like really well balanced. Like there's not an aspect of this that was way over the top, which is kind of shocking based on what we experienced when we opened up.
I would agree with the body. I might disagree with the tannin though. I think it's pretty aggressive. Yeah, but I will
we got
say
a lot grippier.
there's a lot of tannin, but it's not overly, it's not aggressive. It's not like scratchy or anything like that. It's nice. It's kind of round. But like even now I'm having a hard time collecting saliva because there's so much tannin. It really just sucks the water out of your mouth, my tongue is super dry. So, I think this is high tannin for sure. Acid is pretty interesting. I think there's a healthy amount of acid, maybe medium plus. I don't think it's quite high.
Yeah.
It is a nice addition. I think it absolutely needs that with the amount of tannin there is.
That's what I was going to ask. You think the acidity and the tannins are just kind of like balancing each other out in like this very just like stable way?
Yeah, for sure. I think they're very well in balance, even though the tannin is I'd say a little bit more than the acid, but they do play really nicely together. I think structurally it's a very sound wine. As far as taste is concerned, I think for me anyway, the alcohol comes through a little bit more than I think we've had in some other wines. It kind of, and this is just my experience. It sounds like you guys are having a different experience, but it's kind of muting some of those flavors. Like I get that alcohol taste, and then there's still a lot of stuff going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's not, but it just plays a bigger part, I think, than wines that we've had in the past. So that would be my only note, but I think we were right on with a lot of the flavor notes. Excuse me, the tannin. Really, I'm having a hard time creating saliva.
And some water.
But yeah, I think we were right on with the dark fruit, the blueberry, the blackberry, a lot of those secondary flavors with the oak and stuff like that. I think those are all right on. So overall, though, it's super tasty. There's no doubt about that.
I have a question for you, Colin, and I'm validating a hunch a little bit, okay? But I went back to review the blend, and as a reminder, 70% Malbec, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, 5% Cab Franc, 5% Petit Verdot. So something like 5% of, in this case, Cabernet Franc and Petit Verdot. Why? Maybe I'm a little less familiar with Petit Verdot. Why 5%? Why such a small amount of Petit Verdot in the blend? Why add that in the first place? And I'm wondering your answer. Like, I'm wondering, based on what you say, I have a thought, but let me stop with that question for you.
Sure. It's a lot of it has to come down with style. Each grape is going to have their own flavors and their own structural components. So a winemaker is going to use those different grapes to fill out a wine in a way that they feel is going to make a complete wine. So, I don't necessarily know why they chose 5% Petit Verdot. I don't know if it added maybe a little tannic structure, or maybe they liked one of the flavor notes that came with it. That's all up to the winemaker while they're blending the wine. I can't speak for them, but it's usually just to fill out a wine if they feel something is missing. They don't just, for the most part, I'm sure this does happen, but they don't just throw grapes together and hope it tastes good.
Yeah.
There's some thoughtfulness that goes behind the blend. So I think that's probably what's happening here.
Gotcha. I guess, yeah, my question just comes because I think at least I'm trying to figure out why I'm enjoying this so much. Like these are some big grapes and high alcohol, but at the same time, I think the experience is very balanced. And while a lot going on and maybe not something I would, present as like an intro to wine, something that I think is fairly approachable. So, I guess that what kind of led me down the path is I wonder if some of this 5% Cab Franc, 5% Petit Verdot is helping to kind of make that experience happen.
Absolutely could be. But I agree. It's relatively approachable for 15%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I think back to, well, I won't mention it by name, but the layer cake, and that felt like you were, that felt like you
I
were
won't
drinking
mention it
fire.
by
That was-
name, but this name.
Yeah, that was also Malbec.
Was it?
Yeah.
The layer cake was a
That's a good
Malbec?
point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was totally out of balance.
Yeah.
That felt like you were drinking
That
fire.
was 2023 me feeling fancy with a Malbec. New year, new me.
That's right.
So yeah, this is definitely an elevated version of Malbec for sure. All right. Well, I think we pretty much covered it there. Anything else that you guys would like to add before we get into the review?
No.
That looks like a no.
I think I'm ready.
All right.
I think I'm ready.
My teeth do feel grippy now.
All right. Well, then let's get into the review.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
All right. Well, this was Joel's wine. So as per tradition, Joel will go last. So I'm going to throw it to Aaron first. Aaron, where are you putting this one?
I'm enjoying this one. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's pretty good. I think it's really solid for $17 to $20. If you are a Malbec drinker, you'd probably be very happy with this. I'm going to put this on my kitchen table. I think this is it's a good wine. It's a good grab. It's not approaching my wine fridge. I think mostly for like the high alcohol and some of those aspects. But for just like a wine to grab, I think this is better than a closet wine. Like this is tasty, and then something that I would once again absolutely bring to someone's place as an example of, hey, this is something a little bit different, something off the beaten path, something that you have to travel to the regional section of your Total Wine to find, and but something good to enjoy. So yeah, firmly on the kitchen table.
Yeah, I would agree. This is probably towards the back of the kitchen table for me, though. It's not bad, but again, I think the alcohol plays a little too much of a role for me to really enjoy it. I can only drink so much of this before my palate's just kind of worn out.
Yeah.
Having had, maybe 2 glasses now, I wouldn't want to keep drinking this, but not because it doesn't taste good, but it's just so aggressive that it's not something I want.
Stylistic choice. Like, why wouldn't you just scale it back a little bit?
I don't know. There could have been a stylistic choice. It could have been the season. Maybe the grapes got extra ripe. I don't know. That we'd have to ask the winemaker. But so yeah, again, it's well balanced. It's tasty. There's really nothing wrong with the wine. It's just a little too much for me to really enjoy a lot of. So it's on the kitchen table, but towards the back of the kitchen table. Joel,
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to find like a big swing, but I think this turned out to be a little bit of a big swing. But I think I've got a base hit here, maybe a double, something like that. Enjoyed it. Was, I think aggressive, the word you said, Colin, is a really, really good word. It's more aggressive than I thought, but really I enjoyed the heck out of it. I'm trying to think if I would go back and get this a whole bunch more, and maybe only if I'm looking to, really, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what I would go back
Get everyone at your party drunk.
I guess so, or really just be like, oh, you want a big wine? Huh? You want a big wine? But yeah, but at the same time, enjoyed it and going on my kitchen table as well, somewhere in the middle of the kitchen table. But yeah, one of the bigger swings I think I brought here. So glad you guys at least put it on your kitchen table.
So I just heard back from the research department, and last year the 2020 Malbec was 14% alcohol.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So, yeah. Maybe, Colin, to your point, maybe it was just a representation of this year's harvest. But yeah, you just something to think about as far as like choice versus working with what you have.
Absolutely, for sure. Very cool. Well, unless anybody disagrees, I think this is not a waste of your wine, especially sub $20. Yeah. If you want a bigger, bolder wine, I think this is absolutely one to go check out. So yeah, not a waste. And we again are drinking the Marraso Gran Blend from Argentina, 15% ABV and right around $20. All right, Aaron, you want to tell the folks at home where they can reach out and connect with us?
Do I ever? Look, if after listening to us for, whatever the length of this episode was, you want to interact with us even more, please check us out on Instagram at Stop Wasting Your Wine. Check out our website, stopwastingwine.com. Send us an email, stopwastingwine@gmail.com. Just, anywhere you want to Google Stop Wasting Your Wine, we appear in those places. Most recently, watch our faces on YouTube. Stop Wasting Your Wine. We have a YouTube channel. We're putting up content there. We would love to engage with you more there. And just also send us feedback. We want to get better all the time. We'd love to know what we're doing well and what we could be doing better. So please reach out. We'd love to interact with you all.
And next week, our 1-year anniversary.
Whoa.
So tune in to that. That should be some fun. Yeah, pretty wild stuff. Crazy.
1 year, huh?
Very cool.
1 year.
One whole year.
We got Joel all the way. And we thought he was gone after 27 episodes.
Yeah.
We got him to the finish. Yeah.
It got fun.
I appreciate the show for a lot of reasons, but one new appreciation I have is it's kind of keeping my slow march towards getting older a little more in perspective, because I feel like we've been doing this podcast for a very, very long time. And the fact that we're just approaching a year now. It's like, oh, all of that was in 1 year. So thank you for, slowing down my march towards mortality.
So, wow. That's big. That's a lot. That's some big stuff you just said.
And I'm
Let's end the show on a high note.
Always
It is a high
leave
note.
them one more, right? No, I'm glad that we're slowing down death's eternal clock ticking at your door.
All right, I'm
Fantastic.
wrapping this up. Thanks for listening. Another great wine, another great episode, and we will catch you next week at our year anniversary.
Bye, all.
And remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye.